Is there anything better than cheap white wine? I don't think so. Hey guys, what it is? What's up? What it do? It is your girl Mashenxa back again for another video, as always. Thank you guys so much for checking me out. Thank you guys so much for clicking on this video and checking your girl out, seeing what it do up in this world. As you can read, if you can read by the title, today is not going to be a makeup related video. It's going to be something different. Today I will be telling you guys my experience in retail and some horror stories, since, you know, we're going to make it all Halloweeny, all spooky. I'm going to tell you some stories that's been happening. With, of course, a glass. This is like my 5th glass of wine. So we're all a little loosey-goosey up in here. Before we get into it, y'all know the drill. Go ahead and subscribe. I got videos coming out every week. And go ahead, give it a like, girl. Leave some positivity in this world. God knows we need that. And follow me on my social media, link down below to get to know me a little more personal. Let's just get into it. Let's just get this shit over with. So, as most of you know, I work in retail now, and I've worked in retail before. I have a lot of experience with retail. I have a lot of experience with humans. I got people skills, girl. So, I decided to work in retail and work with people. Even though I'm an introvert, I hate people. I do. I do not like being in large crowds. I do not like people that much, so after work I get really tired. I like being by myself. But I work in retail and I really enjoy my job. But with that being said, there's a lot of things that you encounter while working in retail. I've been working in retail for like what, 4, 5, 6, something like that years. So many years I've been working in retail. In the store that I work now, I've been for 4 years. So I like the store I'm at. I like the team. I like the store in itself. I do encounter a lot of interesting encounters, a lot of interesting people, a lot of people that just do the utmost. Just people do the most. And I like these kind of experiences because it's just pathetic what people will try to do. It really is. So I thought I'd share some experiences with you. If you do not work in retail, I feel like you're almost missing out on a lot, because I feel like retail teaches you a lot of things. It teaches you how to read people, how to handle certain situations. I feel like it teaches you how to behave, how to control yourself, your emotions, not to respond to like hatred. I've had people yell at me, curse me out, like wanting to fight me. Girl, I got stories. So I'm gonna tell you a couple stories now, and then if you guys want to hear more, let yo girl know. Personally, me, retail taught me a lot, like how to control myself and how to kind of engage with people. I'm a very introverted person. I used to be very shy, so talking to people was a struggle for me, but as I started working in retail, that definitely helped me conversate. At my job, we do have to sell certain things. We ask for donations, we sell cards, stuff like that, and you have to kind of connect with the customer. You have to talk to them, you have to start conversation, you have to maybe even get a little personal, and I could never do that. It was such a struggle for me because I was so shy, but eventually I caught on. So retail, honestly, it is a hell of a job, but it is definitely something that you learn a lot from, and I feel like I learned so much from working in retail, and I learned so much from the store that I work at and the people there, and I just want to share some experiences with you. Let me tell y'all what I had to go through. I don't even know where to start. Let me start with the one experience, one encounter that I had that I'm gonna remember for the rest of my life. I'm never gonna forget this. What happened was just completely crazy, and y'all, girl, let me tell you. So, this was like when I first started, so this was like within the year that I started, and I was still very shy, and I still didn't know a lot of things, but I was on register, and I was ringing people up. And then I had this customer come up and he wanted to return a cutting board. This customer, he was a very tall, big, white man with his grandson. The man, he was probably around 50, 60. He was a very rich looking man with his grandson. You can tell honestly, you can tell when people are like bougie, probably had a Rolls Royce or something. And he came in and he wanted to return a cutting board that was like $5. And I was like, oh, you know, hi, how are you doing? You want to return? That's okay. What's wrong? And he just went off. He's like, I got this cutting board. It is no good. I cannot believe you guys sell this. And I just take it out of the bag and I'm like, oh God, like what? The cutting board was used. Someone obviously cut lettuce on it. It had knife marks on it, like the knife dug in. You know how like if you have a plastic cutting board and you cut something, it's gonna leave knife marks, and that's what it was, which is what usually happens. And I guess they didn't clean it because it had like a lettuce and like green stuff, so it was like very much used. And he was gonna like, honestly, if you use something and you want to return it, wouldn't you clean it or make sure it doesn't look used so they don't judge you? Like, I personally don't return anything that I use, even though I don't like it, because I feel bad. But if I did, I would kind of make sure it doesn't look used, even though it's used. You know what I mean? Like, I would be embarrassed, girl. But that man did not have a care in the world, so he brought it up. And he said, I can't believe you guys sell this. This is ridiculous. This, and the third. And I'm just like, okay, well, it's used. You clearly liked it when you were using it. I didn't say it like that, but like in my head, I'm like, this man is crazy. So I was like, okay, well, it is used. And usually we do not return anything that has been used. But let me get my manager and have him kind of look at the situation and let me know what to do. So he was like, and he was really annoyed. He's like, whatever, like, he was just annoyed. And I was like, all right, there's nothing I can do. So I called my manager, and my manager was a Hispanic man. He was dark, and you can tell he's Hispanic. He was a dark Hispanic man. And my manager comes up, and my manager, he's not a rude man. He's not usually rude with customers, but he stands his ground, and he's not afraid to like fight with him, you know what I mean? He's not rude, but he follows the rules. And if he says no, it's gonna be no. No matter if the customers fight, whatever it is, no means no. That's just what it is. He doesn't break any rules, which I liked about him, because if there was a customer returning something horrible and they were fighting me, I would call him and he would stand his ground, and it would, like, he did great customer service. People loved him, but he stood his ground, so I personally like that. But anyway, my manager comes up and he's like, oh, what's going on? And I told him the situation. This man bought this cutting board. It is used. There's no receipt, so I don't know when he bought it. No proof of purchase. What do you want me to do? My manager's like, sir, you bought this for $5. What do you expect with a $5 cutting board? It is not magical. It's not gonna last you for 10 years. This is a $5 plastic cutting board, just so you know. This is what's gonna happen if you buy a very cheap cutting board. We sell them because they're useful, and this is just what's gonna happen, so you're just gonna have to deal with it. But he told me it's only $5, we're not gonna lose a lot of money on it. Go ahead and return it, but sir, just so you know, this is what's gonna happen. So my manager wasn't rude, he just explained, kind of like, just in case you don't know. My manager also told him, if you want like cutting boards that will last you for a long time, we sell some that are like $30, but just so you know, if you buy a cheap one, a plastic cheap one, this is what's gonna happen. My manager was not rude at all. He just kind of stated like, this was gonna happen. He wasn't aggressive. He was maybe like a little out there, like, but he wasn't like rude. Like, I didn't think he was rude at all. So my manager walks away and I start to return it. And the customer's like, is your manager Jewish? By the way, if you didn't know, I'm Jewish. And I was like kind of thrown off by that question. I was like, I'm not sure, I don't think so. And he's like, well, he's a dick. He's an asshole, and all Jewish people are assholes, so he's probably Jewish.
What did you just fucking say?
I was shocked, girl. I was like, what is this? What? I understand he probably would not have said it if he knew I was Jewish. Because I guess all Jewish people are tan. I didn't know that. I was shocked, and because I was like dumbstruck, I was shocked. Like, what do you say who says that? What do you even say? Like, what is your response to that? How would you react? Like, what? And I just looked at him, I'm like, what? And he's like, yeah, he's probably Jewish. He's definitely Jewish. I mean, he's a fucking asshole, so. And all Jewish people are pieces of shit. So there you go. That's why he's so rude. In front of his grandson, who was like 7 or 8. He's teaching that child to discriminate. And I was just, he didn't know I was Jewish. And I wanted to say something. But in that moment, as I was returning it, I was shocked. I never had anyone discriminate. I've never stood face to face with a Nazi. I was, like, so many things were running through my mind, and before I kind of got myself together and I could say something, he was already, like, his return was done, his transaction was done, and he was gone. He said it in front of his grandson, in front of other customers. I was shocked. I could not believe that someone said, why would, even if you don't know I'm Jewish, why would you say something like that? What is wrong with you? Apparently all Jewish people are assholes. To all my Jewish people, shalom, and you're an asshole. I was just shocked. I went home and told my parents, and you know, they were shocked that, they told me, why didn't you say something? And I was like, what do you even say? I don't know if I'm allowed to even say anything. I don't want to lose my job, but what the that's probably the most memorable thing that that's ever gonna happen. Let me tell y'all a couple of other stories. In our store, we have bathrooms for men and women, for customers. We do not have bathrooms for like associates only, so we have bathrooms for men and women, and associates, if they need to, they use those bathrooms as well. And for some reason, the women that shop at our store do not know how to use the bathroom, are completely nasty, and do not like to clean up after themselves. I would go into the bathroom, there would be used tampons on the floor, there would be like diapers, like, you know what I mean? Just nasty, nasty, nasty stuff. People wouldn't flush after themselves. It's just nasty. This is the best, like, I can't believe it. So I was on register, and this lady, she came out of the bathroom and she's like, excuse me, somebody shit in one of your stalls, got shit everywhere, or it might be even vomit, I'm not sure, but someone vomited or took a poop all over your stall. It's everywhere, it's on the walls, it's on the floor. I walked in and I walked out right away because it's really gross. You guys probably need someone to clean it up. And we were like, oh my gosh. We have a code for that. It's code brown. We have a freaking code for that because that's how much it happens. So my coworker, she decided to take it upon herself because she, God bless her soul, she's an angel. She decided to go in there and check out the situation. She didn't think anything of it because a lot of people tell us someone pooped all over your bathroom, but there's really nothing there. There's just someone didn't flush. So people tend to exaggerate. So my coworker went in there thinking it's probably nothing. She just grabbed some paper towels and like she probably thought it was nothing. We have 3 stalls in that bathroom. It's a small bathroom, but we have 3 stalls. And 2 of them, there was a person in one of them and nobody in 2 of them. So she checked the 2 that were empty and she didn't see anything. So she was like, okay, well, there's clearly nothing because no one would go to the bathroom that has poop all over it. And as soon as she was ready to walk out, a lady came out of one of the bathrooms, saw my co-worker and said, yes, someone diarrheaed all over the toilet and the floor. You guys are gonna have to clean it up. She washed her hands and left. So in case you don't understand, a lady came up to the front and told us there was like vomit or diarrhea all over the toilet and the floor. And as my coworker walked in, someone was in that stall that had the diarrhea. So someone walked into the bathroom, saw 2 stalls that were clean, and there was 1 stall that wasn't, and decided, I will use the stall that has diarrhea all over it. Let's take a moment to pray for that woman, because how disgusting. Like, I'm not judging, but why would you use a bathroom that has diarrhea all over the toilet seat? So my coworker, she was like, what? She looked in the bathroom that that lady came out of and she saw diarrhea. She thought it was vomit at first, but no, it was diarrhea all over the toilet seat and the floor. So someone squatted and didn't make it. And then someone else used that bathroom with the diarrhea all over the toilet seat. We're to this day, when we talk about it, we're still trying to figure out why that woman would use a bathroom like that. I do not work at a Taco Bell. Let me just tell you that. I work at a nice retail store. So the fact that someone... I understand you don't want to put your ass on the toilet seat, but if you squat, why don't you make sure you landed where it's supposed to go? And if you don't, why don't you clean up after yourself? Why do you leave it up to other people to clean up your mess, your shit? I don't want to clean up after you. Gross. I would understand if it's like a toddler, but this wasn't a toddler, girl. Trust me. So... I don't know, guys. I don't know, but I got crazy people shopping at my store. But yeah, guys, those are the top 2 stories that I wanted to share with you, that I wanted to talk about. I have a lot more stories. If I told you all of them now, we'd be sitting here for 5 hours. But if you guys want to know more about my retail experience and my horror stories, please let me know. I definitely love sharing them. Just let me know if you guys love these type of stories. Leave it a like or comment, just letting me know that you guys really enjoy it and you guys want me to share more. Again, I would be happy to. I'm probably gonna start writing them down so I remember. But yeah, you guys, that was it. Go ahead and leave this video a like, subscribe, and I'm gonna see you guys in my next one. Peace out.